Hey guys, this is the follow up to the Google Stadia review, actually. I'm not entirely sure if this is a good camera angle. I'm going to try this for a bit. Maybe I'll move it up a bit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I can see my gray sweatpants, number one fashion trend in the United States. Okay, so it's been a few months, and I've been trying out Google Stadia. That's a lie. I tried it out for about 2 weeks, and then I took a break from thinking about it because I got busy. That's also a lie. I was just lazy. So the main thing is, I just rewatched my old video. So I'm gonna just start off with a few baseline things. I don't remember if the controller vibrates. I'm gonna be completely honest. I canceled my Stadia subscription after it was free. And Was there any other major questions that I had in there? I don't think so. So continuing forward, this is going to be sort of like a mixed review of the Chromecast and the Stadia. It's like a weird thing. And also do be aware for this like final review. I did get this for basically free. I got it for free. It's not a sponsored video, nothing like that. I doubt I would get a sponsored video, but I did get it for free. So that may impact my opinions. If I had to spend $80 for this, my opinions must maybe drastically different. Okay, so first of all, you are probably number one issue to even begin with is, can I use this? Which is a question many of you probably have when using like cloud computing and stuff. So the first thing is that, sorry, I'm doing this off script, but the first thing is you really kind of it worked for me at least is what I'm gonna say. I live in a decent area and we have fiber wire. If if you live like in a semi-metropolitan area of really any kind, anything with like fiber wire, suburbs, urban, this console will probably work for you. Baseline. If you have like the baseline internet and you don't know what fiberglass is and you don't know what like 20 megabytes are, 20 megabytes per second upload speed versus download speed, if you don't know how to set up your own Wi-Fi or any of that, and you're probably still using the original router that came with your provider, this console probably your internet probably won't support this console unless if you have a lot of money and you had someone else do it for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't even take the risk of trying to run it. So in the week I played it for. I'm sorry, just got a text. Back to what I was saying. I played for like a week or two. I played it almost every night, if my memory is correct, and I had it crash once on me after a very long session, I believe. Which honestly, if like any other competitor did that after like playing for like 5 hours, I'd probably be like, "What the heck?" But I would also be like, "Well, I guess I ran this for 5 hours, so it might not have been for five." It crashed once basically. It was like in the middle of the night. It was like 12:30. It was a one-time thing. It seemed very infrequent. My frame rate was fine for the entire thing. So now onto the games I played, which produced this frame rate. I mainly played Hitman 2 because it was free. It came free with Stadia. So how Stadia works is basic, to my understanding, if they haven't changed it in like 2 months. My understanding is you basically have a pool of free games you get to try out. I played what's it called, Sniper Elite, the sniping game, and Hitman 2. I tried Risk of Rain for a bit, but I didn't really play it that much. There were other games on there, but those required money and me paying for them, and I really wasn't about that life. Was there any other one I played? I don't believe so. So really, this is like mainly around Hitman so far, and like Sniper Elite 2, very minute games. They have Doom on there. I did not try it, so I cannot comment on it. Although based off what everything else, how everything else ran, it probably runs fine if you have good internet. Um, so first of all, the controller, because that was a big thing in my last review. The controller felt fine. It worked. You're not be like, wow, this controller was incredible. It's like a controller. You can sit down and play with it. It works. So no concern over that. I only played for a week though. I don't know if it has major wear and tear later on. So again, might change don't know. So I really only played like 2 or 3 games. It's very hard to get a full comprehensive review of the whole thing, but this is my best attempt basically. So now on to like the question: would I pay for Google Stadia? And the short term answer to that is no, I wouldn't. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. No, I would not. This is backwards because I'm filming on the stupid. Dang it, whatever. No, I. No, whatever. So, no, I would not. Me personally, I would not pay for this. First of all, the $80 investment originally for the Chromecast is a bit expensive. Well, it's not even that expensive compared to other things. It's just like, do you want to put your foot in or not? Or at least this thing basically won't age out like consoles do. It seems like you could buy it once to be done. Hypothetically, not sure if that's going to be their business model, but the original $80 price tag would scare me away originally. On top of paying for Stadia, so like that's the main issue there. If you have a Chromecast already, I would consider it much more. If you don't, I would be a little bit more afraid. If you are looking to get something that you can kind of stream on, you might want a Chromecast. But I'll. This is like partially a Chromecast review, so I'll hit that later. The reason I wouldn't pay for it is because the library is kind of small in comparison to what you would get on, say, an Xbox. Of course, some of the games are cheaper, and you do get decent deals on a lot of them. That's kind of fine. I feel like this is much closer to the Google App Store in terms of like how you would play it, not contents of game. The App Store sucks in contents of game. This is a much better contents of game. Stadia is much better in that department, but like it's kind of the same feel. If you are busy and you're on the run and you happen to work in a bunch of places that have good Wi-Fi and you want to play like some simple games, this is a good console. But also at that point, you might buy a laptop, as then you can also actually do other things with a laptop. But Stadia is cheaper, although that's assuming you have good internet where you are. Where at that point, you would probably have a good laptop. I don't know. I don't know whatever situation anyone could be in. It Google Stadia is a decent option. This is true. If you already have a console, I wouldn't really try it. If you want to dip your toes in the video game world and wouldn't really mind trying or having a Chromecast, it might be an expenditure you're willing to pay. Um, like the Hitman game is free. There are a few other good free ones. Most of them I really didn't pay that much attention to. The biggest issue is just the library. There's just not a lot of games. Like if you're fine with basically playing the first, second, and I think the third Hitman, then and you just want to play those and try the console, like you're green, you're good. But if you just want to keep playing different games all the time, I think you're going to start running into some issues. I did not really complete transparency. I did not really fully try this out on other places besides my TV and my phone like once. I just didn't really want to or need to, which I guess is part of the review, I guess. I never tried it on my computer, never did that once, because I can run games on my computer. Um, Never really tried it on the go either, because I didn't feel like unplugging the Chromecast and plugging it in somewhere else. I didn't need to. So I can't really comment on that. I imagine if you wanted to play something on like hotel Wi-Fi, you're going to have a very difficult time, and honestly, you're probably better off going to buy an old 3DS. Um, Anything else majorly important? Oh, okay, cool. So that was like my review of that. It's a good console. It's a decent console. The game library is pretty bad. Depending on the situation you're in, if you're like constantly on the go and you just want to try to play some games every once in a while without spending $500, you should probably get this console. And you live in a decent area with decent internet. This might be a console for you. Uh, Otherwise, save another $200, maybe $300, and just get a Switch or like an Xbox or a PS4, or if you're fortunate enough, get like a full PC setup. because those will last you longer. Well, not even last you longer. They have other uses, I guess. It's a larger variety. If you just want to save money and try some games, Stadia might be for you. I don't see it as a feasible long-term console for someone who wants to game consistently. I feel like you would hit a barrier if you gamed consistently enough. You would basically like play all the games on it almost. Although I'm not sure if that's true. That's just kind of what I felt. The UI is fine and all that. So Google Stadia, that's kind of my opinions on it. Now to the Chromecast, which is what Stadia runs on, which I did not know coming into this, and I was kind of confused in all honesty. So Google Chromecast, if you know what a Roku and a Fire Stick are, it's kind of nothing like it. It's like I don't know how it actually technically works, but it's like a weird pseudo environment. So if you have an app that can stream to your TV normally, like a smart Samsung TV, it basically just makes the whole process significantly easier to stream to the TV. You won't have to try to find the TV anymore. It'll be like right there always, and you can click a button, and it'll go to your TV. That's super convenient. The issue is you have to run it on your phone, and you might run into like volume issues if you don't want to change the remote because you have your max phone volume, then your other remote volume, which I guess isn't too bad if you have to control a TV with two remotes already. It's not a permanent fixture. I wouldn't never recommend the Chromecast as a permanent fixture like the Fire Stick or Roku, where they're standalone and you can just use them. The Chromecast will pretty much always need a device, to my understanding. Now, using the Chromecast in creating like the Google ecosystem is actually quite good, because now I can tell my TV to turn on whenever I want, and I can tell it to turn on something on Netflix if I wanted to. I had trouble with pulling up some specific episodes, but I'm not sure. I haven't fully experimented with it. It's an okay concept. I don't really use it. I have smart TVs elsewhere in my home, so it's not that bad. And also, smart TVs get like cheaper and cheaper by the day. Um, So, it's a nice console. It's like a nice fixture. I would not use it as a primary source of like Netflix and all that. Although, if you don't mind like controlling it, pausing and playing it on your phone, but telling it to pause and play every single time and saying the full phrase that activates the device, because can be compared to your Google Home, so you can tell the Google Home wake up phrase and then say pause the video. It'll pause it. The only issue is that it feels faster just to open your phone and then just click the pause on it. It's a nice fixture. I always feel like I'm kind of scrambling when I use it, though, because I'm like one thing, another thing, one thing, another thing. If I'm trying to move, and I feel like just having a remote next to you is more convenient. Um, Not that convenient, though. It's weird. I couldn't truly recommend this to anyone. It's a nice system to have, though. It's like an auxiliary thing. I wouldn't recommend this if this was going to be your primary user. I would say go get a Roku or a Fire Stick. Those should do you well enough. I would argue a Roku. Actually, would I? Let me think. Hold on. Yeah, I would argue a Roku. Although Amazon has, I don't feel like comparing the two. I'm just going to say I'm going to argue a Roku. Maybe because I'm not going to argue it. They both have advantages and disadvantages. Go do your own research. It's not going to replace any of those. If you just want to plug something in and then stream it from your phone, that's good. Like if you're going from like hotels, that's probably fine. If you want to plug the Chromecast into your hotel and then watch something from your phone, although you might have to do it cellularly, not sure, that's fine. Another thing I don't know if it's going from my phone to the Chromecast, so like cell tower, phone, Chromecast, or if it's going, my phone is telling the Chromecast to open Netflix and retrieve this from their cloud. I don't know which way it works, because you can technically open them on your own on the Chromecast in a way. You won't be able to watch any shows without the phone being there, but you'll open like the home screensaver for the app, basically. It'll say like Netflix in red and slowly shoot through the shows. You can't click on any of them. You can't watch any of them. It's more like an ad banner for what they have. So I'm not sure what system is what. It might not work if it's from internet to Chrome. What's the thing called? Internet to Chromecast to TV. That might break down in a hotel. Again, I don't know about that. I have like some pretty. It has its uses. It has its strengths. I wouldn't really recommend it if you're looking for a primary fixture. If you got it for free or really cheap, I would say why not just take it. If you have a Google Home, it's convenient for turning off the TV, turning on the TV. Not that convenient. Remote's pretty easy. It's no replacement for the remote. It's no replacement for anything like that. And I imagine you already know that because you don't know what the heck a Chromecast is. It's very compatible with almost everything, though. That is one thing I will say. Like Amazon and Roku and Amazon Fire Stick and Roku, and I think there's one other one. Sometimes they won't have the apps on the things you need, or like the smart TV itself won't have the apps that you want to watch. Like, let's say you watch Crunchyroll or something, for example, they might not have it on there. Whereas Chromecast will, like, anything that can output a video through Bluetooth from your phone, I'm pretty sure it'll just take it. So that's very convenient. Any other final thoughts I have? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much my entire review of the Stadia. It was a good experience, especially for a free one. I got to play both Hitman games. That was fun. I think on the experience of getting all this stuff for free from Google for paying for YouTube Red is significantly better than the actual experience of any of the devices I received. But since they're both good and it was free, it made the whole thing feel better. So basically, this is an ad for YouTube Red, and you should really just get YouTube Red if you can afford it and you watch enough YouTube. Totally worth it. Watching the same ad again and again, it's truly painful. I forgot how bad it was to watch ads because I had YouTube Red, and then I had to watch an hour of regular TV on like a regular network, and I felt terrible. I felt like my mind was dirty, and I was like, how do people live with this? It's just mind-numbingly bad. I think I'm just like, once you go no ad, you can't go back. You cannot. I would rather stop watching TV altogether than be forced to watch ads again. That is like my true opinion about the matter. I would refuse TV. I would just go back to like books, chess. I'd go play marbles on the street with like all the alligator. I don't know. I would not watch TV again if I had to watch ads. This has been a very long video, and I apologize that. Part of that is probably this whole thing's unscripted. I feel like I'm a fast talker, though, so maybe it's helpful. Don't know. All my videos run obscenely long anyway, so this is kind of par for the course. Jeez. Yeah, my videos do run really long. Whatever. This will probably release like a week after the original Stadia review, which at this point you already know. Probably a lie. It's probably been a month. I'm sorry about that, but I hope to catch you next time. Look forward to... I don't know what to say look forward to. I'm going to say look forward to some new gameplay. Maybe I've been playing this game called Star Wars Armada. Maybe I'll talk about that. That's not a game. That's a board game, but I might still talk about it. Might do a board game review. Don't know. Might just do some sort of regular review. Tell me your opinions. Might do like a Netflix show review. Might do a rant about Clannad because I watched that while playing Genshin Impact for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Maybe I should do a Genshin Impact review. I don't play as consistently ever. I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later. You'll figure it out by next video. See you around. Peace. Now I'm clicking the pause button. Bye.